Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. And we're underway.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game
With that, Jim, but what do you identify as special in him?
well, so physically powerful and intimidating, and I think his athleticism helps him get through a fierce amount of work.
Nothing quite like him in the modern... He's tried one! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, what has happened here? Dixon. Bruno Fernandes. And Darwin. Gets a good foot in there. Thuram. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Tries to play it through. That is a brilliant interception. Rafinha. Sterling. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Borussia Dortmund clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, super ball! Oh, that is asking for trouble. It's an early cross. And he's only too happy to take that back. Thuram spots it and intercepts. And here's the chance to counter. Some good persistent defending here. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Lovely puck. Best! Sensational save by José Sarr. Oh no, this does not look good. Rudiger. Borussia Dortmund still without a single shot on target. Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Bruno Fernandes. That looks a decent ball. Nesta makes the interception. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Hullet. Aims beyond the defence. It's a promising position. And he's managed to get free. Goes down, but nothing given. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And it's Dembele. Roberto Carlos has it out wide and in space. Up he goes! Off the post! Not the most accurate pass. Best! Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Bruno Fernandes. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Best. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Oh, he's taken it. Dixon. Crossed in early. And that was nowhere near his best. Rudiger. Oh, it's Dembele. Taken off it pretty forcefully. Nicely aimed pass. That's a good ball out wide. Looking for the run. Pass is just off target. Nesta is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Sterling. Borussia Dortmund finding their passes.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Adams did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Now it's Darwin. That looks a good ball through. Beckenbauer. That has ended up in no man's land. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Hullet.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Tries a shot! Oh, he's been caught napping. Messi. Rafinha. Sterling. That's a nicely shaped ball. Good read, needed to be. Roberto Carlos. And it's lofted through here. Best. He's found the way through. There's the shot! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. We're back on the first 45 minutes.
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. That gets things going for the second half.
Borussia Dortmund really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Darwin can be a real threat inside the box. And it's Sterling. Passing is crisp and sharp. Picked out brilliantly. Roberto Carlos gets good distance on it. Best. Well, now here's a good battle. Bicep to bicep. Rafinha. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He's having a go. Triol. And Darwin. And he's had it nicked away. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. And that's put paid to a promising move. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Messi. Best. Tries to pass it through. Hullet finds himself offside. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
The attendance for this match was 61,052.
So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
probing pass. Can he latch on to this? And pull it! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Now it's Pirlo. And he lines up a cross. And now they can spring out of defence. Nesta cuts it out. Maldini. So what can they make of this? It's an inviting looking ball, that. And he's worked it through. Could try cutting inside here. Jose Sarr deals with that nice and simple.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. And they're not going to make any further progress now. He's on it, can he get away? He rises! Oh, he's been in for the pieces! And it's in! Finally, the deadlock is broken!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, experience voice.
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And that's going to be a booking. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass, and a tricky one at that.
Great vision. And there's green grass ahead of him.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one, and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Mbappe! That's an excellent interception. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Stood up well to him there. And they win it back again. Borussia Dortmund are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
It's just a silly one to give away at this stage of the game.
Messi! That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best. Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Darwin. Pass is coming off in quick... Oh, he's been... Chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Mbappe demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Is number 17, Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Has been indicated.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
We are into stoppage time. Toure hurtling down that right flank. Bruno Fernandes. Darwin. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Triol makes the interception. And that's that. A good watch, more than sporting.